Hi, it's Alex from laughingplace.com here today with a video review of Phineas and Ferb, the movie Candace Against the Universe. It's finally here. I know that Disney's been kind of touting a Phineas and Ferb movie for a while now, originally destined for theaters. And one of the things that I didn't realize is Phineas and Ferb, the movie Candace Against the Universe, it's not the final outcome of that film that was originally meant to go to theaters. This is completely separate. I guess that project had already been scrapped when Disney Plus came to Jeff Swampy Marsh and Dan Povenmire and asked for a Phineas and Ferb movie for Disney Plus. And the other thing that I didn't realize, I knew Gravity Falls had a huge adult following. I didn't realize Phineas and Ferb, about 41% of its average audience on Disney Channel and Disney XD was adults. I enjoyed it. I was not the target audience, but I vividly remember when it debuted. I think it was 2007, 2008, right around there. And I was just about to finish college, and I thought it was really cute. And I ended up watching, I think, most of the episodes. There's probably less than 10 that I never saw. So I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the show. I used to have a Perry shirt. I'm a little too big for it now, but I had that shirt. So I was a fan of the show. I remember the Disney Channel original movie, Across the Second Dimension. And one of the things I will say that surprised me about the film itself is just visually. I sort of expected them to sort of update the look a little bit or give it a more refined look. Not all TV shows that go movies do this, but most of them do. Like the Simpsons movie, if you look at that and you look at the TV show, you can tell there's more production value in the movie. Same with like Rugrats back in the 90s. And they don't really do any of that for the Phineas and Ferb movie Candace Against the Universe. It looks like a 90-minute episode of the show. Really, the few couple CG elements to it are a couple of the ships that are used, but for the most part, this is flat, hand-drawn animation, the exact style you remember from the show. It is a musical, and the songs are very catchy. They've released 2 so far. Only one of them is actually in the film. It's a Beautiful Day is the opening of the film. The other song that they put out as a single is over the end credits, but the animation that they put out in the music video, I think that was the original opening of the film, and then they swapped it with It's a Beautiful Day. So you could watch that video to your heart's content and not be spoiling anything for yourself in the movie. And speaking of spoilers, I'm not going to spoil anything for you in this review. The movie is so fun. So many plot elements kind of come out of left field unexpectedly, and I really don't want to take any of that fun away from you. So I'm going to talk about my reactions to the film. I'll give you the basic premise in just a moment, and then I'm not really going to talk much about specific plot elements or even characters. So I'll start with characters. You get pretty much every major character that you remember and love from the series, including Dr. Doofenshmirtz and including Perry the Platypus. They're both more minor characters in this film because Candace really takes center stage. And when I say that, I mean she's the character that really drives the entire plot from start to finish. Everybody else is sort of affected by Candace's storyline, but you still get a lot of Phineas and Ferb in the movie. It's still Phineas and Ferb, the movie, and so probably about 50-50 of Candace on her side quest and Phineas and Ferb trying to rescue Candace. And that phrase as well, sort of an outdated plot in terms of what it sounds like, that the girl is in trouble and needs help and the boys are coming to the rescue. That's not what the film is. So if you're hearing that and thinking, oh, another one of these, that's not what the film is. You'll kind of find that Candace is very capable of doing everything herself. Really, her biggest challenge is her own sort of sense of hubris and thinking that she's so much above her brothers, which was always her problem on the show. Always trying to bust them for the thing that she caught them doing, which is exactly how this film starts too. So everything that happens in the beginning that leads to Candace getting abducted by aliens is her trying to get them in trouble. So she's still very much the same person she's always been. So many very funny jokes, and some that kind of repeat and build and get funnier each time. There was one that the first time they did it, I didn't laugh, and by the third or fourth time, it had become funny. So Jeff and Dan are very funny. Swampy and Dan are very clever in the way that they have structured that out, and including with their songs. I mean, they've always been known for having great songs in the Phineas and Ferb series. The movie is no exception. The songs are fantastic, and some of them are insanely funny, and a couple of them have just been running through my head nonstop since I saw it. So can't get those out of my head. You get pretty much all of the same voice cast coming back, and that's something I have to really applaud them on, is how much they made themselves sound like their kid versions, because all of the voice cast was pretty much kids or, you know, young teenagers when the show started, when they started recording these characters. And the animated series ran longer than I think it was ever expected to. The last episode aired in 2015, so it's really only been 5 years since we've had a new Phineas and Ferb anything released that wasn't the Milo's Murphy Law crossover episode. So I mean, that's pretty incredible, that, you know, Vincent Martella is still able to sound like Phineas even though his voice has changed. Same with Ashley Tisdale. I know they did a Comic-Con panel where they talked a little bit about that, and she specifically was talking about doing the songs and having to sing like Candace again, because her normal pop singing voice or her Sharpay singing voice is different from her Candace singing voice. So, you know, finding that and kind of pitching things up for herself was a little bit of a challenge, but they all did such a great job with that. And the last thing I really want to say about Phineas and Ferb, Candace Against the Universe, it's not like it's going to, you know, rip your heart out or be a tear-jerking moment for you unless you are really that much of a diehard fan. I know there are some like that. For the average viewer, though, it is surprisingly touching. So definitely expect that. I mean, I don't think there's an episode of the show that gave me the warm fuzzies quite like Candace Against the Universe did. And that's something, comparing it to the other movie, Across the Second Dimension, which I haven't seen since it premiered, so it's been a long time, but my memories of it aren't that strong or vivid. I don't remember it really kind of evoking feelings out of me beyond what I remember from the show. I remember the boys learn that their pet platypus is Agent P and then unlearn that. But other than that, it was, I don't remember too much about it. But this one I feel like is a lot more memorable, and this one will stay with you. And this one I feel like has a lot of rewatchability. And I mentioned Easter eggs before, but there were several times while watching it where I had to pause it or rewind it just to catch something in the background. Like, there's so many fun little Easter eggs that go by really, really fast if you're a diehard fan of the show. So you can catch Phineas and Ferb, the movie, Candace Against the Universe, premiering August 28th, only on Disney+. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. Take care. Bye.